What's going on, guys? This is Raymond Iron by McKinney, and today I'm going to talk about a dream that I had uh, several weeks ago, I believe. I can't remember, but I can't remember the exact day, but a couple weeks ago I had a dream where, or when, I was uh, I was observing people having conversations with each other, a select few people having conversations with each other, and I was just observing, and for some reason in me, I just thought, let's. I'm gonna really focus my attention on stopping to see if I can stop time by arresting an activity within my own mind relative to the conversation with those people. And when I did that, I noticed those people stopped as if they were so oblivious to their own conversations relative to me, relative to my perception. And this was a dream that I had that was like, wow, this was actually, it's crazy. And you think, wow, I stopped the activity within my own mind, and then I stopped the objective, uh, the people on the objective screen of space and time, relative to my perception. And this is where I go with the manifesting. Everything that moves, that's objectively on the outside, that moves, everything that's objectively moving, it must correlate to an interactivity within your own perception, your mind. And this is where it comes to Einstein's general theory of relativity, where gravity, when you take a gravity is a is a basically time and space, or the space-time continuum is warped, or the fabric of space and time is warped due to a body of mass, which is gravity. And since nothing is physical in this world, we're only perceiving that gravity as physical when really we're just perceiving it with our minds relative to ourselves. So gravity is not it's not what it appears to be. I'm not saying gravity's fake, but I'm just saying we experience gravity relatively differently based on our inner perception. And when we say, like, if someone, for example, you've heard those people saying, I feel like the world's weighing me down. And when they feel weighed down, circumstances reaffirm that. Whether if they feel like I'm being treated badly, people are just, I feel like I'm suffocated by people, and then people just come around, just crowding them or something. And when they feel so claustrophobic or something like that. But when they feel light on their feet, they don't feel like all this, these circumstances are weighing them down because they feel light. We only create gravity with the way we perceive gravity. Now, can you go to an extreme where you could, like, jump 1,000 feet in the air? It's possible. Only if you believe that's possible. Only if you assume that to be true about yourself, relative to yourself. But yeah, guys, gravity is not what it seems to be. We create gravity based on our inner perception relative to ourselves, relative to our inner perception. Now, some may disagree with that. That's fine. But I think that this comes down to manifesting. When you feel heavy, like if you're going to bed and you feel sleepy, it makes you feel heavy, right? That's when gravity pulls you down, and you start to feel grounded in your body. You feel rejuvenated the next day, because when you're grounded and rest in sleep, the next day you wake up, you feel so grounded. You feel grounded. And again, that's the time to, a state akin to sleep. When you go to bed with a heavy feeling of just feeling like abundance, love, health, all these things. When you immerse yourself into a subtle feeling that these things are happening, they must conform to you. Whether it's like, I feel so abundant. Not the word, it's not the words. It's the intent behind the words, or the subtle feeling. I feel so rich. Just naturally how you talk. I feel so loved. Everyone loves me. I'm the most well-respected person. And when you really mean that, when you tell that to yourself, when you make that your personal narrative of your life story, you are going to experience those objective states. That's why I just love this, like when we create gravity, we perceive gravity, guys. There's no physical gravity without a perceiver, a relative perceiver. That's why people experience gravity relatively differently. Again, I love an example. Just say if I'm running against someone who's relatively heavier than me, they may run faster because they don't allow this gravity to weigh them down. They only create gravity with their own perception. And you maybe it's things like, yeah. So basically, that's where I'm going to stop it at. Move into a subtle feeling. Things manifest when you immerse yourself into the subtle feeling through your inner conversations. Isn't it wonderful that money is always circulating and flowing in my life? Isn't it wonderful that I have the perfect relationship? Isn't it wonderful? Just these things. Isn't it wonderful that I'm getting healthier and stronger every day? Isn't it wonderful that I'm just free in all assets of my life? Isn't it wonderful I'm experiencing freedom in all assets of my life? No one's stopping you guys. You're God. You're a goddess. You're a god and a god, or a goddess. You're the universe, and you give life to what you put your attention on. When you inwardly focus on something, that's what objectively manifests. It holographically reflects backward or back to you. It reflects back to you relative to your inner perception. You must change a conception of yourself before you see any sort of external change relative to you. Simple as that, guys. Change the way you talk to yourself, and your external circumstances change. Just like Neville Goddard says, self-talk or imagination creates reality. That's simple, guys. Play with this stuff. Don't make it a chore. You're literally moving through states of consciousness. You're moving through states of consciousness, and when you move into the states of consciousness and really get into the subtle feeling, the subtle feeling is what solidifies into objective fact. The mental images only create the scene. You create the scenes with the mental images, and then when you immerse yourself into those, when you really, you don't have to force a feeling. You just have to just say to yourself, isn't it wonderful I'm experiencing this right now? You don't force anything, guys. Play with this stuff. This is your world. You create the rules. No one's stopping you. You manifest how you feel, however it resonates with you. You're that powerful. So I hope this video helps. I bless you all and happy manifesting.